everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review of Xscape Still Kicking It Season 1, Episode 3. Please ignore the hanger sitting right there, because as I was reviewing and watching stuff and taking notes, I'm also hanging up clothes because I shop a lot. So, yeah, I was hanging up stuff, and I just didn't feel like moving the hangers from where I'm over there hanging up clothes, so don't judge me. Anywho, again, I hope everyone had a great day. Even though I find it weird when I say that in every video, because I record multiple videos a day. So I'm like, I wonder if they think that's weird, but I will always say in each video, even if it is multiple videos in a day, how has your day been? Because everyone might not watch all of my videos. So, yeah. So, hope everyone had a great day, a great weekend. They're getting ready for Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, and spend time with family. So, let's get into this particular episode of Still Kicking It. So the ladies are basically in the beginning talking about, you know, how they have to talk to Jermaine. The whole reason they got back together, not even back together, the whole reason they started back communicating was because of this unauthorized biopic movie that, yes, I'm moving the camera, that Tamika heard about. And once Tamika heard about, and I'm fixing my shirt too, once Tamika heard about the movie and how Jermaine was supposedly licensing the music of Xscape to this unauthorized biopic movie, is the reason they started back talking in the first place. So, you know, Candy and Tiny were saying how, you know, Jermaine did found them, how Xscape was the first group on Jermaine's So Def label. And this is way back when. I think this was it before Crisscross? I can't even remember. It was a long ass time ago. But, you know, they were the first artists that he signed to his label. And, you know, Xscape was like his first group, basically. And Candy said how she just feels like, you know, him licensing the movie to this unauthorized movie is, you know, foul, basically. I completely agree. Simply because he could have at least talked to them about it. You know, we then go to Tasha and Tamika, who were at Tamika's house talking about it. And Tasha said how she feel like she can't turn her back on Jermaine because he gave them their starts. And, you know, he helped them feed their families. While I completely understand that token when you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, his ass ain't feeding you no more. At all. If he has all the licensing to the music, y'all ain't getting no royalties because he owns all the music. So, I mean, you can have respect for someone, but not let them get away with bullshitting you. So I'm like, Latasha sounds, girl, bad. You know, because then when she said, you know, I feel loyal to JD because of what he's done for us. And my thing was, didn't you say that when you had your solo deal that he left the label that you were on and your album got shelved? So in hindsight, him leaving the record label meant that your album didn't even come out. Did he try to help you put that album out, huh? Did he try to help you? No, because after all that happened, y'all all broke up. So what loyalty do you owe him for what he did to y'all? He didn't have no loyalty to you because, again, when he left the record label, he didn't take you with him. Did he? Was he loyal to you? So my thing is, you know, 19 years later, you can't say, well, I feel loyal to him because he got us started. You can still hold that man accountable for what he did. So, you know what I'm saying, miss me with that. You know, she then says, you know, because his actions, because this is Latasha talking, you know, his actions is actually what brought us back together, because had he not gave the licensing environment to the music to this unauthorized movie, we would not have, you know, started back talking. So, you know, this is kind of his doing. Girl, while that's true, it doesn't mean what he did is okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't at all. So, it kind of made me mad. I'm trying to look at my notes. I can't think what else I wrote. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all know I do that sometimes too. But yeah, and even saying that it doesn't matter because he didn't bring y'all back together. I think if Tamika had not apologized, y'all wouldn't get back together. That's the reason y'all back together, for that simple reason. Because, you know, even if Jermaine was doing this, had Tamika not apologized, Candy wouldn't have been fucking with y'all. So it's like, don't give him too much credit as in, oh, he's the whole reason we're back together. No, y'all the reason y'all back together, because y'all were able to have a conversation. So, that's the one good thing, and then Candy was saying how, she just felt like it wasn't cool for JD to do it. Ty kind of played devil advocate and says maybe because he has not talked to y'all in so many years, for him, he was like, I don't care. It's a business move. I'm going to let them use the music. And Candy, like, Candy and both, Candy says how Tiny said, if you notice over the years, whenever Jermaine is talking about his legacy, So Deaf, anything that got him to where he is today, he never speaks about Xscape. And, it's as if they never existed. And I thought to myself, like, that's true. Whenever you hear Jermaine on any show, when he talk about, I've managed groups so as this group, the Brat, Bow Wow, Criss Cross, he never says Xscape, which technically is weird, seeing that Xscape was his first group and they were a big group. I would get it if that was his first group and they didn't pop off. Okay, then you don't bring them up because they was just like, maybe they didn't do anything, but it's Xscape. So for her, that is weird too. So, from there, we see a little glimpse of Tiny. I was going to skip over this, but I won't. Tiny's at home with her kids and Zanique and all the kids around the house and whatnot. And she's saying how happy and blessed she feels to have baby Eris. How that was like her savior or whatever. Because she's like, I'm going through a divorce. And now, she just kind of say, even having to think about what I'm going through. She brings up how, being a new mom and also going back on tour with the group and, having this go back on. I needed this because I wanted to be something more than just someone's mother or someone's ex-wife. But I'm like, but y'all not even really getting divorced. I mean, and I just feel like when this show was being recorded, y'all still wasn't getting divorced. I mean, y'all were living in separate houses, yes. But I feel like y'all was just mad at each other. And y'all can afford to live in two separate households. But I just don't feel like they really getting divorced. I think they had real issues, absolutely. And we saw that from the last season of their show. But I'm like, you are more than just someone's ex-wife. Because you're not someone's ex-wife. Because y'all not divorced. Y'all just going through some emotions right now. So I'm like, girl, you okay. You'll be fine. We then see them go meet up with Jermaine. Now, when they met up with Jermaine, Ken was like, I don't really want to be here. You saw Tamika saying, I just want to figure out, why he was trying to license off this music to this unauthorized, movie or whatnot. So when they get up there and they sit down and Jermaine come in, he give each of them a hug or whatnot. And then he sit down. And it's hella awkward because no one is talking. Like, Jermaine sitting on one side, the ladies, was in each seat or whatever across the table, and they call out like, just sitting. I'm like, okay, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. So finally, Jermaine says, well, I have a couple questions too. And like, you got questions? Like, yeah, but I know y'all brought me here, so what y'all want to know? Tiny then brings up, okay, first things first, whenever you do music interviews or do interviews about the music or whatever, about your legacy, why do you never bring us up? You never talk about Xscape. When I say he gave the best answer ever in life, he said, well, because when I used to do interviews and people would ask me questions and I would bring y'all up, it would always go into why they broke up. It would go into different rumors that happened. He like, and truthfully, I don't know why y'all broke up. He was like, so got to the point to where I just won't mention y'all just to avoid those questions, because again, I don't have the answer to them, so I don't want to even keep bringing it up. And I'm like, that's true. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very valid. And then Candy says in her little confession, like, well, yeah, I get it, because we hate being asked that question. You know what I'm saying? So from there, each person kind of brings up their reason as to why they think the group broke up. They each say, how none of us can agree how it broke up, but they kind of each, just kind of gives their own opinions on why it happened. Tamika says she feels like the group is eventually, they just kind of outgrew each other. We see Latasha say, it was because of bad communication. There was a lot of cattiness. There was arguments over who was singing lead. I think the fact that Latasha won't just say, and because I went solo, I don't get why she does not just say that. The fact that she avoids saying it is what pisses people off the most. Cause it's like you are avoiding the elephant in the room, and you are avoiding the one thing that we all know is a part of the truth. Your ass tried to go solo. It didn't work, but you tried it. You definitely tried it. It just didn't work. I feel like had she had a successful solo career, she would be okay saying, well, because I ended up going solo. I think the reason she don't want to bring it up is because her solo career went nowhere. And she has to live with the fact that she tried to go solo and she fucked up her group. And so now she don't want to talk about it. That's my personal opinion. Tiny says how, Candy and Jermaine messing around or kicking it back then because they were sleeping together had nothing to do with the group breaking up. That had nothing to do with the group, period. Tasha then says how, I feel like that we all were to blame. I feel like me going solo didn't have nothing to do with it. That wasn't a reason. Candy, and these are all confessional things they're saying. So when Candy says, it was absolutely due to Tasha going solo, and Tiny agreed. Tiny also said Tasha going solo was a big reason why we broke up as a group. That's the big reason why we separated. Candy then says Tasha came to us one day and she said, Tamika and Tiny, y'all keep going ahead and having more babies. Candy, you keep doing your little modeling thing. I'm going to go solo because it's about me now. And the thing about it is, I can completely imagine her saying that. I can, because if you think about it, I remember when Xscape broke up. I remember when Tasha attempted to have a solo career, and she had that one song out, and it was different interviews she did, and just different things that happened back then that made it seem like she was completely ready to go solo, and she did not care about Xscape. So you can't come here 19 years later and act like, oh, I never wanted to go solo. What are y'all talking about? They put solo on my plate, and I just ate it. No, you put your plate available. You made your plate available for them to put you solo. She just won't admit to it. So Candy was saying, like, she came to us and said that, it's about me now. She's like, why wouldn't that separate the group when one of the singers says, I'm going solo? And I don't think Candy or anyone ever said that was the sole reason. But it was the main reason. Because if we already had cracks in the foundation, if you as a group member, you say, you know what, I'm going solo, then it imploded. Bottom line. So, from there, JD was asking them, what made y'all come back together? That y'all just one day wake up and, figure out that y'all had an audience and that, people loved y'all. And then Kenny was like, well, no. It's because you are licensed. We heard about this unauthorized movie, and we don't want anyone else telling our story. And we were pissed off because you were licensing the music to the people. And what did he say? He then said something like, well, that's weird because if y'all were able to just start talking again, that means there really wasn't any real issues. And I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean, JD? Just because they were able to get past some petty bullshit to come together for one thing to stop this unauthorized movie, that don't mean that they didn't have real issues. And she was like, no, we have real issues. We do have stuff to get over. She was like, but we don't want anybody else telling our story but us. And he was like, well, why even fight an unauthorized story? When someone writes an unauthorized story, that means you popping. That means it's an honor to have someone write an unauthorized story about you. And they like, bullshit. If someone was writing an unauthorized story about you, you wouldn't like that. And he like, yes, I would. To me, that was bullshit too. He then, because when Candy kept saying there's no real issues, but why would y'all want to do a movie about us without us? Like, why wouldn't you tell us about it? He like, well, look, first of all, it's not us because I'm not the one making the movie. He was like, someone else was making the movie without me, without y'all, without anyone. He like, but once it came to the music, it's my music. Like, I have all the rights to the music. They had to come to me for it. He was like, so I was gonna let them use it. He like, but I had, I didn't start this or anything. They had to come to me. And then they was just asking, like, why when they did that, why wouldn't you say no? The same way you said yeah, because it's your music, you could have said no and then gave them the heads up, like, well, hey, they trying to do this, you know what I'm saying, what y'all want to do. And then he like, well, no, because at that time, it wasn't an escape. Y'all were broken up. Y'all have been broken up for years. Someone was trying to do a movie about it, so I was going to let them have a movie. You know, it's not big. It's not that big of a deal, and y'all can make your own movie after they make theirs. And Candy was like, no, that's not true. You know, I talked to Will Packard at one point, who was trying to help Aaliyah's Aaliyah's family, Aaliyah's estate, because the whole unauthorized movie of Aaliyah came on. I think it was on Lifetime. And the family didn't want it to be on Lifetime. They wanted to do their own movie. And she was like, yeah, Will Packard was trying to help them get their own movie. But once the bad one came out that Wendy Williams did, you know, he couldn't help the family get an authorized one because the unauthorized one was so bad. She was like, you know, it's hard to do a second movie when the first one already came out because there won't be that much interest in it. And so when she said that, like, I guess in his head, it finally clicked. Like, well, damn. That's true. Because who gonna want to see a second one? Point blank, period. And then he then brings up, like, well, okay. So then I think Tamika asked him, can you take back the rights and not let them use the music? You know, because we trying to do our own movie. And he's like, well, how long it's gonna take y'all to do a movie? She's like, well, that don't matter. Just be ready to, you know, release the music to us once you get the thing to release it. And he said, you know, okay, like, I can do that. I can hold off on letting anyone else use this music until after y'all do y'all movie. But as we know, supposedly a biopic of them is going to be released sometime next year. So I think that's smart. I would prefer to see an authorized biopic from, like, the New Edition one. It was so good. You know, it was like a 3-night, you know, it was like 2 hours for 3 nights. You know, did the whole thing. But it made sense because it was their story. So it was better because it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Xscape, if they did one, I think it should be like over 2 nights. It should be 2 hours and 2 nights. I don't think it should be only 2 hours. I think it's too much to cover with. I think it should cover them in the beginning, them breaking up, the whole 19-year gap in some sort of way, and then them coming back together now. I don't think it needs to be 3 nights at all. We just need 2 nights for 2 hours, and that's it. I hate 2-hour biopics because with the commercials, it don't be long enough. So I think it's a good thing with them meeting with him and him saying, okay, you know, I won't, you know, let anyone else use the music. We'll let y'all do it. What else do we see? Andrea Kelly, R. Kelly ex-wife. I should call her that. Andrea is still trying to make these ladies dance, and they are not dancers. And what aggravates me the most is her as a dancer. I feel like when you are a dance instructor, you should be able to see what the person you're trying to teach to dance, like what their weakness is. And then you work around it. You see they struggling with these moves, but you're not willing to kind of dumb them down so they're easier for these singers to do when they're not dancers. Because my thing is, Andrea, you're not teaching dancers to be dancing. You're teaching 4 singers who were never dancers in this aspect to perform in like 10 days. Why wouldn't you get them some real easy stuff to do? And because this is for the BET show, it's a 4 minutes, so they shouldn't be on stage. They should not be dancing. Sit their asses down, sing for 2 minutes, and do a little bit of dancing for just kicking it, and that's it. So Candy looking around like, this is looking, you know, not too good. I think it's maybe 2 days before the show. She was there trying to show Candy some other stuff to do. And Candy like, nope, I'm the lead singer in this song. I'm happy I can stand up front and sing. I don't have to be dancing. So Candy then says, look, can I say something? Can I say something? Because they all talking and they not kind of listening. She's like, look, can I say something? And they all start listening. She's like, look, we got 2 days for the show. I feel like that we're not going to get these dance moves in 2 days. And we need to focus on the vocals. So how about for this BT show, we don't focus on dancing. We just do singing. We have a little bit of dance moves, like a little bit. And that's it. And then we can focus on dancing for the Detroit show and for the Essence Fashion show, which is further away. Them shows are like maybe a month or 2 away. Because it gives them time to learn stuff. And all the ladies agree. But I'm like, Andrea should do that shit from jump. That's what should have did something about it. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So from there, the end, well, basically, obviously now it's, it's basically them going to the BET Awards. I don't even get into all that. So yeah, they go, to LA, or was it wherever the BET Awards were. They go there. They have, like, all the husbands are there, of course, except T.I., because him and T.I. are not together. And Tiny admits that they are separated, but they are still married, so they still have sex. I said, did you think we didn't know that? You think we don't know that you're still fucking T.I.? If T.I. was my husband and we were separating, I would still sleep with T.I. I mean, I would still sleep with him with condoms because I don't want to catch, Usher's herpes. And I just feel like when men are out here and they being single and they in these streets, you just never know if they out here doing other things with other females who can give them something. And I'm not trying to be having unprotected sex with my husband and he bring me a disease. So, do I think she done for sleeping with T.I.? No. I mean, it's true, it's still her husband. However, I think that's hella mixed signals. I mean, I do. I do. And I know women have, oh, I have needs and he's my husband, so I can do. Girl, bye. But she's upset. But that's the weird thing. You still sleeping with him. But, towards the end of the show, we see how she's like, well, he not coming to my first show. And my thing is, if I'm giving up my cootie cat to you, and we on good terms, why aren't you at my show? Like, you should come to my first show in 19 years, point blank, period. But he didn't make our show. Zanika was performing at the BET Experience before the BET Awards. He supposedly did not make her show either. And, I mean, stop giving up your cootie cat, girl. So, Mona Scott Young is their manager. I think that's good because Mona is a very, very, very much seasoned manager. Mona was managing Busta Rhymes when he was rapping when he first came out. She managed Missy Elliott. So she is a real manager. Yes, she is also behind Love and Hip Hop, the franchise, but Mona is a business woman, a business manager. I think she's the perfect person to be able to handle these four women and their different personalities, because she can handle the people on Love and Hip Hop who is all crazy and batshit crazy. So, they're in LA. They have their husbands with them. The husbands are, of course, excited. They go to a little rehearsal. They get fitted for their wardrobe. And Angel Brinks is their wardrobe stylist for the show. I love Angel Brinks' outfits. I remember when she was on Basketball Wives and she was designing dresses and stuff. I don't think her dresses at times are like stuff you should wear. I like her stuff. I do. It's just all her stuff is very blinged out. It's very shiny. I think she's very talented. I think sometimes people wear her designs places they shouldn't wear her designs too. I think she is a very great stylist to people for performances and red carpet looks, but not red carpet. Like, I wouldn't say she should dress someone who's going to the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? But I think any music award show, sure, because it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. But yeah, the outfits she made for the ladies were all cute. Tamika, our ass is too big. It really is. She needs to get that thing under control. I think I don't know what she had put in her ass, but it's a lot. The outfit she came out in, her boobs was popping out. I felt like it was too much. I like the coat. I like the little short pants thing or whatever. I just think it wasn't enough here. It wasn't enough support. Okay? And she was just busting out of everything. It was just all over the place. But it's, I think her ass is too big. Candy's outfit was nice. I don't remember Natasha's outfit, honestly. I don't. I like the outfits they had on at the show. They were all cool. When Candy tried on Tamika's outfit, and because Angel said, well, that's Tamika's outfit. It was her second option. And Candy was like, well, I'm going to try it on. And she was like, oh, do you want to ask her first? She was like, nope, I'm going to try it on. And she tried it on, and it looked good on Candy. It looked better on Candy than it looked on Tamika on the TV. Because when Tamika saw her in the outfit, no, that's my outfit, Candy. I told her I wanted that outfit. It's my outfit. And Candy was like, girl, I was barely able to get in it. So I know you probably can't even fit it. I'm like, well, because Tamika's ass is bigger. And, they made a deal like, well, okay, if you can fit it, then, I won't want it no more. So Tamika did try it on. I mean, and she was able to fit it. But even because Mona came in, Mona Sky Young came in, and looked at their outfits and stuff. And when Tamika came down in the outfit, I was like, why would no one tell her body? How do I say this nicely? She has a nice shape. I'm not saying she's out of shape. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I feel like her body was too thickums for that particular outfit. I felt like her ass was too big for that outfit. I think it did look better on Candy. Candy's, even though her and Candy are kind of shaped the same, Candy's butt's just smaller. It looked better on Candy. On Tamika, it looked like they stuffed her in that outfit, and it just didn't work. I didn't like it. I didn't, but it is what it is. But again, I felt like Candy looked better in the outfit than she did. Not that she couldn't, because she could fit it, but as they always say, just because you can fit something, I mean, it's right for your body. And her ass is just too big. And Mona said, well, I don't know, can you do a squat? And she squatted down and shook her ass. And again, it looked like she could fit it, but it was still too tight. But it is what it is. So, what else did they do? They performed. They did great, as we all saw. It was a great performance. Their first show in 19 years. I saw the show live. I remember dancing around the house and stuff to it. As I had said before, T.I. did not show up. So, of course, Tiny was upset about that. At the end, they all go back to the house and they celebrate their first show. It was successful. Everyone loved it. And, I think it was Latasha's husband who said, well, Candy, how do you feel now? Since y'all did y'all first show, like, do you feel okay going forward? And she's like, well, let's still, see how Essence goes and the Detroit shows. And, but I feel a little bit better. And, she says in her confession, like, she does not want to feel pressured to do extra stuff. But as we already know, she did sign on for a tour. They're doing 29 cities. And maybe at the end of the 29 cities, they could possibly do more cities or do something different. But as I said before, I don't feel like Xscape needs new songs. I don't. I feel like y'all have enough songs in y'all catalog to tour as much as y'all need to tour. I feel like y'all have enough songs in y'all catalog to book a Vegas show. You know what I'm saying? Have a Vegas show for like every other 3 months. Like do 3 months in Vegas every year. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But I just don't think y'all need new music. I think the only way new music would work, it has to be absolute. Every single would have to be a hit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like they need new music. But that was my review. Next episode is like the season finale. I do feel like they're going to get another season. I feel like the other season is going to be them on tour. I feel like this was a teaser or a tester to see, how the ratings will be. And I think everyone tunes in. Everyone loves it. Because it's good to see them back together. And even though it's drama, it's still real. So I do think they'll have a season 2. I think the season 2, as I said, will be the tour. I think they will be starting the tour this weekend. Is it this weekend or maybe next weekend? Because they come to Detroit in December. But I feel like this is going to be recorded for a season 2. So, that was my review. Drop any comments below about the show, about my comments, about my review, or whatever you want to say. And I will see you guys next time. I'm about to watch The Walking Dead and review that. So, I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Until next time, people. Peace.